Thanks for staying with us. We start off from the eastern regional capital, Kofridua, which has for years been a serene enclave, devoid of the hustle and bustle that characterizes other cities like Accra and Kumasi. And the crime rate there seemed to be low. But lately, there's concern about the spate of armed robberies in the otherwise peaceful city. Residents are calling on police to step up security. Regional correspondent Maxwell Kudoko has the rest of the story.
When our eyes met, then they fired the first gunshot, and then there was this sporadic shooting. Amis opened the door. So when they forced our wall, they broke the wall, and then they entered into the house. So they met my husband in the hall and pointed gun at him, and then led him to our room, where they started ransacking, asking him questions, where is the money?
That was a victim of frequent robbery attacks. Some of the victims told Joy News they believe police are very much aware of the hideouts of the robbers. They want the police to conduct regular swoops at their hideouts to create a safe environment for businesses and residents.
I was in my house sleeping, which armed robber came into my house, broke the door, broke the burglary proof and come in. They are with gun. They are like 5. So I don't know what to do. They surrendered me and my boys, then took away 26,000 Ghana cedis.
Some victims are still traumatized weeks after attacks on them, and they accuse the police of failing to deal with the situation.
It has been traumatizing. We can't sleep. Whenever we hear the slightest of sound, then we are up. Apart from that, there were 2 other attempts. Apart from the major robbery that we experienced here, we had 2 other attempts.
Very, very traumatic. As I'm here now, you said I have to know. He's still haunting me. I have to go and see a psychologist in the central hospital.
Meanwhile, the Eastern Regional Police Command says it has increased night patrols in Kofridua and adjoining communities, and also introduced snap checks at night. The news team has been monitoring these snap checkpoints in town at night. Even though the number of checkpoints have increased, some are without officers to man the checkpoints. The areas without officers include the Kofridua Technical University area, Okrasi, and other places. DSP Ebenezer Tete speaks for the Eastern Regional Police Command.
Residents of the municipality were genuinely complaining about some security situations which were not so much conducive. We had some series of residential robberies, and subsequently we have re-strategized and we have deployed more men. We have actually beefed up the number of personnel that we usually deploy on our night patrol duties, one of which we are seeing. Hitherto, the snap checks and the foot patrols were not so much part of the night patrols duties that we were doing, but we have inculcated foot patrols and snap check duties, and we have factored it into our night patrols duties.
Some victims have reservations about the checkpoints.
Even upon that, the police just came to do some they came to the road to block the road. Just like 3 days, they stopped coming. Even that one, a friend was telling me that it's the IGP that forced them to come. But after that, they didn't do anything. You just know you hear anything from them.
Maxwell Kudeko's report for Joy News.
Now, the Sola-Tanina Highway is considered by passengers in the Upper West region and northern regions as the most dangerous roads in the Upper West region. This is not because the road is not motorable, but rather the incessant attacks from armed robbers. Passengers plying the route after 7 p.m. are made to wait several hours by the police to be escorted by them to safety. Joy News' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
Scenes or spots of armed robbery attacks on innocent citizens in the Upper West region are able to stay put and operate at one particular location for weeks or months. One of such locations is the 100-mile Sola Highway. The most dangerous part, where passengers race most, is the 4-kilometer stretch between Tuna and Taningana in the Sola Tuna Kalba and One West districts respectively. several police barriers and snap checkpoints could be spotted on the highway.
We have done a lot to make sure we smoke them out, but it seems they have only got informants. We've been to Jinabua. We have shifted the barrier more than 3 times. If you can watch, you shift the barrier and they'll go and create another operating point. So it is not about knowing where they operate. We know where they operate. We go there. Sometimes we go there and stay up to 3 a.m.
Deputy Upper West Police Commander, Assistant Commissioner of Police Peter Ndekuru Anabuguri preferred that the best way to tackle the armed robbery menace in the area is for community members living along the highway to form neighborhood watchdog committees to complement the work of the police.
We should blame it on the very communities where the crime is being orchestrated. So what we are advising is that we are trying to link up with the assemblymen and the chiefs and appeal to them personally to make sure that they assist the police to smoke out the criminal within their community.
Acting Upper West Regional Director of Education Evans Kweba at a Deba Ataningana in honor of the Executive Secretary of the Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service expressed worry over the increasing spate of armed robbery.
Every day after 6 o'clock, we can move out to Tanina here. It's a big worry. My schools are all closed. Supervision cannot go on. Security supervisors are attacked on the road and their things seized, confiscated by armed robbers. And these people are within us. They are our children, they are our brothers. You don't expose them.
Vehicles and passengers plying the highway after 7 p.m. are made to stop at either Ponyentanga or Sola to be escorted by the police to safety. Sometimes they are made to stay for more than 3 hours in the open. Many are of the belief that the police are pampering the armed robbers to the discomfort of passengers due to the long waiting hours.
The police numbers, we are just too few. We are too few. We can never pamper the armed robbers. If we have the men, even every 30 minutes we can escort. But we don't have the men. We are not pampering armed robbers. I get your pampering is in quote because we delay the passengers to their discomfort and the armed robbers are sitting somewhere. That is what we are saying. We should do other way of getting them arrested or whichever way we can disable them from their nefarious activities.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam. Wow.